Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
Segment 13's here.
Yes.
Whoop.
Colin's segment.
I know, it's a pretty cool segment.
Yeah.
They're a cool family, aren't they?
They are an amazing family. I've had the privilege of meeting them a few times now.
Yeah.
Even as recent as 20 minutes ago.
Yes, we had dinner.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do tonight?
Oh, we had pizza
at the hotel in the lobby.
We talked about music, race cars, pizza, and family.
Yep.
Aw, that's awesome.
So we're joining you live from Moberly, Missouri tonight. This is where Peter finished segment 12 and begins segment 13.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys all want to tell us where you're at in the comments, where you live, where you're watching from, we love to see that each week. Yeah. Put that in the comments. And then we'll just start out with letting Peter talk and tell us all about how his week went.
The week went awesome. I had your parents crewing this week.
Yeah.
And they did a really, really good job. I think your mom was, she really wanted to do a good job and maybe was a little nervous at first, but right away she slipped right into it and did awesome. And your dad was really supportive. So I really enjoyed their company. Running, it was a pretty normal week. I mean, I'm not melting any shoes or fighting any forest fires or, the pandemic, but, we're just rolling with that as that happens. And I think, the coolest thing really for me is meeting the families. That's when that gets to happen. I think I love that. So the highlight, this week is seeing Colin's family again for me. That I could talk about more than, so I ran 168 miles. So what?
And
that's nothing.
He's at the 2,000 mile mark as well this week.
Yeah, that's true.
2,000?
2,000, yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's what they say.
Does it make you feel like, I don't know, motivated or encouraged that you have a lot less miles now than you already did?
Oh, no, I don't.
No?
I don't feel extra energy because, because I'm more than halfway through. I think, my motivation is still the moms and dads and the kids we're running for, whether I got 1 mile to go or 3,100 miles to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. I just don't feel like, woo, it's almost over. I don't feel that way, It's not
good.
It go quicker.
I've been maybe just like encouragement that I've already done 2,000, so I can definitely do another 1,000.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, like you've done it. You've already done it twice. You can do it one more time.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't look at it that way actually. I only got to do it one time. That's so much better than saying 1,000. Just one more
time.
Just 1,000 one more time.
That's great perspective, Jenna.
Exactly. That's the way I look at things.
Yeah. No, that's good. You should be my running coach.
I can text you a lot more.
Okay.
I'll randomly call you at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Peter, you can do this. You got this. You only have to do 28 miles. You've done it how many times?
Right.
You're learning quick about runner's math. How important that is to kind of, like motivated and keep on going.
Yeah.
We did have something really neat happen yesterday here at the campground. So you guys painted a lot of rocks, and they've been left all along the route that Peter's running. And yesterday we were here at the campground, and his family came up and said, I don't know how they introduced themselves to us.
Well, I could hear the son going, Dad, that's the guy we saw in the video. And they the rock, went to the website, watched one of the live videos that we do.
Oh.
Didn't know that, we were here or anything like that at this campground. And then, then they saw us and saw the truck and actually came over and asked us all about the run. And of course, we're always all mouth when it comes to telling about the run and why we're doing this. And they were really curious. They found 2 of the rocks here and replanted them.
They're take one to Columbia, Missouri, where they live, and plant it there. So it was just really cool to get that interaction. That's what the run's all about. We want to share the story of childhood cancer, all along the way.
My mom and dad said that while you were running one day, a guy in a truck stopped and said that he'd seen you running and he'd seen like the truck following you, I guess a couple times that week or last couple days. And so he stopped and talked to my parents about the run, and he donated what he had in his wallet pretty much, which was really nice. And I think they said his name is Theron. Theron or something like that. So they just thought it was really cool that he like stopped and wanted to know more about the run, and he even donated like the cash he had in his wallet, which,
that's very, very giving.
It really is. Like, yeah. And he just thought it was cool watching you like run. I guess he saw you a few times that day and the day before. So he decided to stop and see what was going on, and they said they were going to follow us on Facebook. So maybe they're watching.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they are.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
All right. Well, should we go ahead and do our recap video?
Absolutely.
Recap there it is. Warriors and Angels of last week. I like one of my favorite pictures of Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
I feel like we're doing more and more each week.
Yes.
So many.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be able to meet Jace's parents.
And Jace.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
This week. Yes. His dad reaching out to me, and he's hoping to join Peter on Wednesday for a bit. And his wife and Jace himself will come up to Louisiana, Missouri. They don't live too far from there. So
Really? Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's really cool how you've gotten to meet so many kids and so many families along the way.
I know. I was hoping we would be able to meet a lot. And then with COVID, I was like, wow, we're going to meet any. But, we've been able to meet a lot of parents.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is nice. It's an honor to meet them. They're my inspiration, of course.
Right. And looking back like next year, it's going to be like such good memories too.
Yeah.
Say like, oh, I met them and this kid was really cool. Like Collin, for instance.
Yeah. He's got a story. I can't wait to hear Collin's story.
So Collin's family's joining us. And I think we're actually going to say bye to Peter and Robin, unless, did I miss anything, Peter? Did you have anything else you wanted to say tonight?
No?
Okay.
Good seeing you again.
You too.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. And of course, we'll be hoping you have a really great week again this week. I think the weather's going to be nice.
Yes.
It's going to be very nice, supposedly. Yes. So, very cool.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Good night,
Take
everybody.
Then I'm going to go ahead and introduce Collin's family. We have his mom, Tawny, and his grandma, Julie, and of course, Collin. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. We're waving to everybody like we were waving to Peter and Robin. Bye. They can't see us. Bye.
Bye. Aw, well, thanks for like joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love this part, getting to like really put a face, you know, to who we're fighting for and who we're running for, and you know, so it's really awesome that you guys like will get on and tell a story and help us just spread awareness. And Collin's story is an awesome story. I mean, you know what I mean. Sad, but at the same time, I mean, look at him now. He's quite the little superhero. So we'll just start out, since you know a lot of people on here might not know Collin's story. So if you don't mind just kind of telling us beginning to where he's at now.
Yeah. You can jump in whenever I miss something, because I probably will.
Yeah.
So about this time 3 years ago, Collin was having problems with walking. His neck was hurting. His back was hurting. He was low energy, had fevers randomly. And we started going to our pediatrician to get some blood work done. And labs came back that there was inflammation, but they didn't know where. So our pediatrician tried to getting us in locally to get a CT scan or whatever kind of scan. And they were like, no, he's too young. This was before Children's opened in Springdale, where we're from. So nobody wanted to see him. So we finally got in for
a rheumatologist.
Yeah. He had an appointment in October 19th, 2017, with a rheumatologist in Little Rock. They tried doing preventative medicine of oh my gosh, what is it called? It's liquid naproxen, and a gluten-free diet, which was helping his pain, to where he could actually walk around. But as soon as that 12-hour mark came up, it was where he wasn't able to walk anymore, and it was hurting him and the craziest stuff. So we finally got in. It was October 19th. We traveled, me, Julie, and my husband. And Emily's peeking up behind. Say hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
We just took a quick trip down to Little Rock, thinking that it was going to be like a day trip, just see what's happening. Because I thought it was juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. But when the rheumatologist checked, she was like, well, I'm going to send you down. I'm going to send him down to the ER to get some tests done, and his liver was out of the spot where it's supposed to be, and so we spent hours in the emergency room getting testing done. They even came back at one time saying it wasn't cancerous.
Oh, more than one time. Yeah. Good thing is it's not cancer. Mm-hmm. Good thing is it's not cancer.
Oh my goodness.
Insane. So we finally got in the hotel, or the felt like hotel. I mean, shoot, a terrible hotel, but
right.
We got up to 3K, which is the toddler and infant and toddler unit.
We had put in isolation.
We had everybody stop by. Infectious disease. We had oncology, hematology. We had, literally every doctor stopped by.
Right.
And finally Sunday.
This was a Thursday night that we got. Well, by the time it was Friday morning that we got admitted, and all three of us and him in the room. We all got to stay this whole time. Mm-hmm. Shared a bed, like a couch, and slept chairs.
I slept next to him, so but finally Sunday morning, he had a CT scan. We had gone home the night before for the fall carnival
at school.
So we got at 5 a.m, drove down there for the CT scan at 9. He had a CT scan. Later on, the oncology doctor came up and we were like, hey, have you had the results yet? And she was like, I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything yet, but let me look at them. She pulled the CT scan up in the room, and I'm looking over there, not knowing anything about what I'm looking at.
She's like, oh, I see a cornucopia. That's what she thought, because she saw something light up on there, and she said it looked like a cornucopia.
The doctor couldn't have picked up her stuff fast enough.
And got out of there as fast as she could.
Because she was like, you could tell she was like, oh my gosh, like, this is not okay. She came back an hour and a half later.
Oh, I thought it was, I didn't think it was even that long. To me, it was minutes.
It's been a minute since this day. Oh my gosh, my sweet baby. But she came back in and she grabbed me and my husband and said, I need to speak to you guys.
And she asked me, will you stay in the room here with him?
No.
And we knew exactly. I mean,
You knew.
We knew. I mean, we didn't know what by any means, but we knew
Something was wrong. Yeah.
He had his port. I mean, they talked about it, and he had his port placed the next day.
But when he was, like he said, he was in isolation during this time because they were thinking infectious disease. They were, they didn't know. And so they came back and they told me what she had said. She did say at that time, that very day, that neuroblastoma, but she said, do not Google it. Whatever you do not Google. Well,
my husband
Googled.
I Googled and Dad Googled.
I did not Google.
She did not Google. So we're like, oh my gosh. I mean, we knew, how devastating it could be, but
Yeah.
it was hard because I wasn't going to say anything to her at all. And it was like, oh my gosh, what are we in for here? This is, and
so when he had a CT scan, they did something called a Curry score. I'm sure you're very familiar with the Jenna.
Yeah.
Out of 30, he was a 26.
Oh my.
So it was all over his body.
Like
And
everywhere.
Yeah. Mainly in he actually doesn't have 2 vertebrae because the disease ate it. But it was in his, the upper legs, his shoulder blades, his spine,
Uh-oh.
sorry.
There you are.
I put on Do
You're
Not
good.
Disturb, but somehow someone called me.
Oh, okay.
So, oh goodness, I did not expect to cry.
It's always so hard to tell.
It is.
It's so hard.
I've told more and more people, but I still just that seeing pictures got me.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Every time I look at the pictures, I still
Oh,
I
yeah.
just relive it, and it's just so hard.
And at the time, I don't think she realized how bad it was and how.
I think I was in denial of it.
Yeah, like when he was VOD and he was in ICU and their PICU.
Yeah, so he went through 6 months of chemo, or 6 rounds of chemo.
Right.
He did his stem cell transplant. Well, he had a tumor section between 4 and 5 rounds of chemo. Then he had his stem cell transplant where he was in the hospital for 46 days. 9 of those days he was in the ICU. And that, the PICU. And
he
then
gained 12 pounds in a matter of hours, practically.
EOD is awful.
It was
Yeah.
bad.
And then he did 20 rounds of radiation, and then he did 6 months of immunotherapy, and now he's on month. I don't know, of out of 24 months of DFMO, he's in January 22nd or 23rd, one of those 2 days. And then he'll be done with DFMO.
Wow. So, yeah, you guys are getting close. You're only 4 months, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. But then, yep.
We don't do the
I'm
math
done,
much.
I'm done crying. I'm done. I'm sorry. He just got me.
Did he do 1 or 2 stem cell transplants?
He only did 1 because the doctor at the time said that 1 was, I think, harder, but harder on the body, but does the same thing as 2. It wasn't worth doing the 2 for him. She said.
Well, since he got VOD, I don't think they would have done a second one anyway.
But they weren't planning on doing a second ever, though.
No.
It was always 1. He was on that protocol. Whatever, was just 1. And I had read too that 2 was kind of a thing at the time, but for him, whatever, they just did the 1. But it took him a long time to get to NED. Long time.
Yes.
Did.
January 27th when he was declared.
Of 2020.
Yeah.
So
he had that one stubborn spot that would not go away. But then we switched. We did a newer machine that was able to detect that it wasn't neuroblastoma. What are you doing?
Right, was it matured or something?
I'm sorry.
It was like a matured spot, or yeah. That's why I kind of wondered what it was with him, and you guys kept saying the one spot. I'm like,
just
I bet it's not active.
Yeah, it was, but it still kept lighting up, so they couldn't say it. So I think that, I don't know, like, I think that if it was declared any day earlier, I think that I would have been like, yeah, I don't know about that.
but she felt good since he was that way for a long time, for a year. Probably, that it was, but for me, I mean, the DFMO to me has been, to me, it's his saving grace. And because I think without that, I really feel like he could have relapsed.
Yeah.
And he hasn't, and he's just doing so good.
Well, and it's easy, right? It's just a pill.
It's 3 pills. We have to crush it up with about 10 mils of apple juice 2 times a day.
But he to start with, it was bad.
Was it bad? Okay.
You get it down him, it was really bad. Now he's just, it's a breeze. But he still doesn't do it in pill form. It still has to be crushed.
Yeah.
But
I crushed it for him whenever they went to California for 2 weeks, and I had blisters after crushing.
She crushed him, had them all in little
dated containers.
Dated PM, AM.
Aww.
But he's so good about it. He'll remind you too. It's like, oh, did I take my medicine yet? Did I,
Aww.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any side effects from the DFMO?
He did last year, right before school started. He did have some hearing loss, but we just decreased 1 dose where he had 3 in the morning and 2 at night. Was that what it was?
Or the other way around, whatever.
Yeah, well, he went down to like 5 pills instead of just 6, and it came back. So
and he's back to
and
6.
now he's and now that his weight and height has changed, he can like go up to the 3 and 3 like he was in the beginning.
But his hearing is
well, he's got selective. Let's be clear.
Did he ever lose any of his hearing through chemo? Does he have hearing aids?
He doesn't have hearing aids. No. He does have high frequency hearing, but I haven't seen it affect him yet. So.
Well, it may not. So he's old enough now. He obviously knows how to speak correctly, and he's like, oh my goodness. Well, hey, Collin, do you want to tell everybody how old you are?
6.
6? How did you get so old?
I don't know.
By growing.
You're growing. And some people might not know, but you really like racing, right?
Mhm.
What kind of racing do you guys like? What's it called? Does it have a name?
micro racing.
Now he's gonna be shy.
He likes it all, actually.
All of it? If it's a car or a race car?
Mainly dirt track racing is what he's. Yep. He has a car of his own now.
What?
And
yeah.
he hasn't started yet.
He's gonna race next season.
Oh, that's so cool.
Next.
Look at you
March.
in your little race car.
Oh, costumes were his favorite thing in the hospital. Like we packed 3 to 4 each week we went, and he was the Flash, Thor, Spider-Man, especially a race car driver. We had Spider-Man costumes.
Oh, and Woody. He was.
Oh, he was Woody.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. And there were so many more, but why can I not think of them? I think most of them were Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man was his big thing.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Power Ranger.
Oh, he was a Power Ranger at first. Yeah.
Oh.
And,
there you are.
and Iron Man.
Iron Man. So I'm like trying to see what it is.
Yeah, it looks like Iron Man.
Look at that. That was really soon after.
That was like after.
Yeah,
round 3.
He still does have his port.
Yep.
He does.
He should be getting it removed in January.
Cool.
It's not that long.
I know, and that I think that scares me because like he's terrible. I mean, obviously kids are terrible with getting IVs, but
yeah,
he's I mean, it's to get his port accessed where I have. Oh, and Connie says hi.
Hi.
It takes all of my body to wrap
Hold him
around
down.
him, hold an arm up and his head to get his port access. I mean, it is like a full body workout, and he's gotten a lot longer since we've started. That I don't think I can do it by myself anymore.
No,
He's
not
so
anymore.
tall.
Right? It's not fun, is it?
No, and then we were talking about that, about even giving him his meds, at home beforehand or during his treatment and everything. I think it looked like she and I were heartless because we did not, I don't mean this literally, but we did not care that he was screaming and yelling and saying, I can't breathe. We need to talk.
I have to pee.
I have to pee or anything. There was any excuse and every excuse to not do it. We would sit on him. We would hold him down. But it was for his own good.
Yeah, it wasn't like just because we felt heartless. We weren't heartless. We really needed him to take his medicine so he was getting better. It's just. So
we were able to feel like we were torturing him because it was worth it. And I think he's okay with that. I think he loves us anyway.
Oh yeah.
I think
you
he
do.
does.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think, man, I love it.
No, just us.
Colin. Colin, do you have a favorite race car driver?
Wish.
I think I knew that.
Yeah. That's what he did his Make-A-Wish thing with.
Did you meet him?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You're gonna hit your head. We did.
That's pretty cool.
We got to go meet him.
In
He's
Daytona.
very shy.
Oh, Colin, they want to know what color is your race car?
What color is it gonna be?
The bars of it is orange.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do blue? Light blue?
Blue.
Uh-huh.
Baby blue.
Oh, baby blue. Yes, baby blue.
Purple.
Purple.
Orange.
Orange. Purple, baby blue, and orange.
I
What
like
color
it.
are you gonna be?
12.
He can't decide on the letter. He kept changing it last night.
Yeah. 12. P.
B?
P.
P, like Pruitt.
Ah,
Got it. Come on.
12C.
I thought that's what it was for the longest time, was 12C.
No, it's
well,
not
I mean, that
12T
makes sense
even.
too.
Yeah.
It was not 12T.
Last night at
It was 12.
Port City Raceway is where they have been such a huge supporter of him and everybody. And last night he got to start off a race to do the green flag to start it off, and they raised funds for the run. And but honestly, I don't know what we would have done without them. I mean, just having family support is key too, and friends and everything. But having an outside strangers just come in and just wrap their arms around you, and it's like,
I don't know if you can see that.
Can you see? There's him.
Oh wait, right there,
flagging the
Oh,
race
yeah.
last night.
That's so cool.
So,
Yeah, I was going to say, we were going to talk about how your families and how Port City Raceway sponsored Colin's segment. You guys fundraised like crazy. And now you've raised like over $6,500 now. I mean, that's
awesome.
crazy.
Is that really how much?
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. Because you guys just donated more tonight. Julie sent $2,500 more, and you guys are, I had to look at my books, but it was over 4. So yeah, you guys have like raised over $6,500 now.
I remember
You were
that.
wearing that hoodie tonight. I said, take it off.
I remember that.
You remember? Yeah.
That's a cool picture, isn't it?
Yeah. That was the same day. I was in California.
Yeah. You guys got to be at the start. That's pretty darn cool.
It was.
Where is the end date?
Yeah,
we need to figure it out because we got to start playing it now for the end.
It's, I can't remember what it's like. Henlo Pendello pair?
Yeah.
Henlo
Picking it up now.
Yeah, it's on the coast, obviously, because coast.
Well, I can't type in coast of Delaware.
I know. I think I'd have to send it to you. Honestly, I can't even remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Henlopen.
Henlopen.
Yeah.
Henlopen, I think.
I got it.
Yeah, that is where he's ending. We were gonna end in New Jersey, but now we're ending in Delaware instead.
I thought it was New Jersey, and then
He switched up a little bit, COVID stuff, and just a better spot to end for running
we're
and everything.
How far it was 5 hours for us to come here to see Peter today, which was easy. 23 hours to go to California, but for this one we are. Let's see, we're got to see how far it is to Delaware. Can't be further than California.
Well,
I don't know. Is Arkansas like right in the middle?
About
We're doing
19 hours and 31 minutes. We can do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can. Oh, we're gonna stay at a hotel.
He's like, woo, hotel.
When he found out we were staying in a hotel tonight, he was like, that was like the highlight. The second highlight. He was very excited to see Peter. He really was. It was
I think Peter was really excited to get to see you guys.
He brought him a big wooden cancer ribbon that was signed by all the race car drivers last night at the track.
Yeah.
Cancer ribbon.
Cancer ribbon, yeah.
Yes.
I saw a picture, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a video of Collin running in front of Peter. You were faster than Peter.
Yeah.
You're fast. Yeah, that's really cool that you guys all got to meet up. And I hear you had some pizza.
And Oreos.
Wait, Oreos?
Yeah.
And root beer
and root beer.
pizza.
And we brought Peter some Dove dark chocolate, which I guess, and we had a bag for ourselves on the trip. It was really good.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
I need some chocolate. I drove.
Yeah. You guys are so much fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, really, you guys are just an awesome family. I think everybody just getting to meet you guys and hear about you guys' story. You're just cool. You're motivational. Like you all just stuck together and you're just a cool family. We always talk about how cool you guys are.
It takes a village to help. I mean, we have. Serena said you guys are awesome. I mean, I went with Collin for treatments for like the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth rounds, and then I did like the immunotherapy stay, and then me, Emily, and Collin went down for the radiation stays. But I mean, like when Jonathan was working, Julie kept Emily, or if we needed anything, like it was just
we'd make a trip. Like my sister's here too, and I mean we would just drive down to Little Rock and bring stuff or
say hi, Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy's there too, right?
Yeah,
she is.
She's hanging out on the bed over there, watching us.
Oh goodness! I mean, it's great to have family around us. I mean, and
friends, and
most of our family is local except for Aunt Connie. Hey, Connie. It's not local, but they still sent so much support with just checking in on us or sending Collin cards or just little things that posting on his page, commenting on his pictures. It was just
you can block me. It's a turkey.
But it's just family and friends are amazing.
Definitely. I mean, well, everything changes when a child is diagnosed. And now that he's out of treatment, do you guys feel like things are going back to like normal?
Quote unquote, yeah, normal. I mean,
except they now live in a camper, so nothing's normal.
Yeah.
They sold their house, and
we did sell our house, and we're living in a camper. It's a little bit bigger than Peter's. But we also have a 4-legged animal that lives with us too. That's the size of a human.
And we also have caterpillars, but they're in the car right now.
A chocolate lab. He lives with us, but we're just waiting on
they still have their food.
Our new house to be built. So,
cool!
It's so exciting. But I mean, four of us. I applaud Peter for living in a camper and running 28 miles a day. because staying in a camper with 2 children and a husband and a dog, I'm like, I'm about to lose it. I've only been there for 3 weeks.
Right?
3 weeks?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
What Peter's doing is like just it's crazy. He is so committed. Like he is every
It's
single step.
amazing.
Like all the things he's already gone through, like just to make sure he doesn't miss like a single mile. It's been crazy this year, but he has not missed a step. So he's
I have missed 28 miles. We'll probably miss the other part too.
Yeah, we were putting it into perspective. My sister did. It's like for us, where we're at in Arkansas, to the border of Oklahoma is about what he runs every single day. We're thinking, oh my, there is no way we would run from our house to Siloam Springs every single day. You know, it's like,
It's amazing.
I couldn't even get, no.
I can't even go down the street, okay? I roll with a dog and I'm like, I'm done.
It's pretty crazy. I got to see him in action a couple days. I crewed him a couple days the last couple weeks, and he just has this like perfect jog he does, this run he does, where it looks effortless. I think that's what you have to have.
Oh, I don't have that.
I don't look effortless.
You're not too graceful of a runner.
I'm not too graceful of anything.
But that's what he does. You see him and he's just
Yeah.
going, and I'm like, and he makes good time. Like he does like, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe sometimes less a mile. So when you think about it, like he gets pretty far pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We're going to meet up with him tomorrow a little bit after he starts running.
Yeah, we're going to see him in action at some point tomorrow.
yeah, it's pretty cool to see him in action.
And we're excited.
All right, guys. I think we probably kept you on here long enough, but it was.
We can keep talking and talking and
As you
talking.
can tell, we can talk.
Yeah, we can.
We have no problem talking.
Well, don't get off if I say goodbye, and we can talk some more. Don't hit the X out button yet.
I can't hear it. I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear what you said.
Don't hit the leave button yet, and we can talk after this video is over.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank
And
you.
Bye.
And I don't want to watch this video.
We won't do replay.
no, I just want to say thank you to guys for putting so much time and energy and effort into fundraising for us. Like, you have no idea how much that means to us. It's been a hard year for fundraising, and to see that you guys have raised like $6,500 or more, that's incredible.
But like after us going through it, like I think that giving back to what we have been like, we had so much given to us that I like giving and giving and giving is like gonna be never endless for us. If that's even a word, like it's just gonna be so much giving back because it's just insane how much.
And how much it meant. I mean, you can't thank anybody for the help that you got. I mean, seriously,
Right.
It's like thank you is not enough. Doesn't even touch it. And so yeah, and what you're doing is amazing. Obviously what Peter's doing is amazing.
I love to share it because they're like, I'm like, we're going to Missouri. They're like, why? And I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you. We're part of this amazing thing called the Thunder Run. And we actually call it, I'm sorry, see, I can keep talking and talking and talking.
Yeah, you
Please
can.
stop with this. I'm not kidding. Okay. So when Collin was his last scan in July, the nurses from ACH traveled over to where we were at because he was a peds kid. And I was telling them about it, and they started looking it up, and they were like crying. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I was like, share with everybody you know. Every single person you know, like, they're doing an amazing thing. I mean, you guys are amazing.
Oh, well, we think you guys are amazing. So,
Don't.
mutual.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Well, this was fun. We should do this more often.
Yeah,
We should
yeah.
have space chat.
I think we could just come to Kansas. Oh, you were close to Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a closer drive than 5 hours.
It's about 3 hours to you.
Yeah. Definitely closer than Moberly. Moberly's like 2.5 hours from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I think.
All right. Well,
No, Collin is sitting right there.
Hi.
oh my
Okay,
goodness.
we'll stay on.
Oh yeah. But I'm gonna say bye to everybody else. Thanks for everybody who has watched. I know tonight was a fun video, so I
Bye.
hope everybody hung out and learned more about Collin and your guys' family. And we're still trying to reach our goal. Like I said down below just a minute ago, we've raised a little over 122,000, which is pretty cool. So
It is. It's a little. I mean, to be honest, I don't see how it hasn't been more.
well, it's
You know?
the year. It's been a rough year for
It
a lot
has,
of
but when
nonprofits.
you see money's going to other places, that
Mhm.
it's really hard to see that it's not going here. You know,
Hi
there's
there.
There's Kathy.
Kathy.
No, I mean, I watched GoFundMe for raise like this
for things.
for an insane thing when I'm like, stop, go to childhood cancer. Like,
Mhm.
these babies are doing, like,
They're our
it's such-
future.
it's
you know?
unfair.
Yeah.
I
It's
completely
really hard.
agree. It's hard for me too. I see it too, and I'm just like, guys, come on.
Mhm.
And the media, we've had a really hard time with media, but it's because no one wants to talk about anything besides COVID, politics, and
Yep.
all that kind of stuff that's going on, you know, because it's an election year and all that. So we get turned down a lot for this story, and I'm like, I think it has nothing to do with the story. It's an amazing story on its own. I mean, a man is literally running across the country. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the year. It's been a rough year, but you know, we're gonna keep pushing.
And I believe things will change. I mean, even if it all doesn't happen right now during this run, I think you will reap we all, the kids, everything, will reap the benefits later on. When things turn around, whatever, I think, you know, it may not happen right now when we were hoping and wanting it to, but it's going to happen.
I was telling you, we were talking to Peter the other day, it's a ripple effect. You know, someone sees something like, oh, well, let's do this too. And then they see it, you know, it just keeps going. So
yeah,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Guys, this is funny.
What happened?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We're having too much fun back here.
Well, and it's funny too, because Carrie's the one who decides what pops up. So she obviously thought it was funny enough to pop it up.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, hey,
I'll let you say your goodbyes. We really will be quiet now.
don't leave. We're just gonna say
Okay.
goodbye to everybody else. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all next week.